Hello on YouTube, it's me, the Pandarica Opens, welcoming you to my third Doctor Who action figure review. And as you can see today, the action figure we're going for is the 8th Doctor, as played by Paul Mcgann, from Doctor Who the movie, or The Enemy Within, depending on which title it is, but it's usually just called the movie. Before I start looking at the figure, I'll just talk a little bit about Paul Mcgann, and because this is a Doctor that there's not much about Paul Mcgann on TV, because he only ever did the one film, and it's a shame really, because when you look at the other media, the Big Finish audios and everything, he is a really good Doctor. I really like him. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that the best Doctor Who story that we've never had on the television from another media is Neverland. I mean, Neverland is a masterpiece. Me and my dad both agree. It is just a brilliant story, and Paul Mcgann excels as the Doctor in that story. And in general, he's just a very good Doctor, a very human Doctor, a very caring Doctor indeed. So, without further ado, I shall now talk about this action figure. This action figure is the one from the 11 Doctor set. It's actually the only one that has actually been released of Paul Mcgann thus far, but there is a new one coming with a Dalek from a Toys R Us exclusive. Yeah, and as you can see, the figure is very, very nice. I'll start off with articulation. Like the previous figures, arms can do a 360. You've got a 360 movement in his bicep. Mine are still very, very stiff, as you can see, because I've not used this figure very much because, well, it's the only version of him that's available, and I don't really want to break it or damage it. His head can also do a 360 all the way around, and the odd thing about this figure is the head is actually removable. I would show you, but mine, the peg seems to move quite a bit when I try and take his head off, so I can't show you that, unfortunately. Legs go back and forwards, obviously, and you've got thigh articulation again, just like on the Colin Baker figure, and most of the Doctor figures have ankle articulation, thigh articulation. Legs can bend, obviously, and the waist can also do a 360. Mine is very, very stiff. It's actually, yeah, oh, it actually moved. There we go. But yeah, that's basically it. The articulation, standard articulation for a Doctor. One odd thing with this figure, and it's probably been mentioned in other reviews. Well, actually, it has been mentioned in other reviews, because I actually do watch other reviews, like Batman March's channel. I think he's brilliant. He knows his stuff. But yeah, he has one leg that's longer than the other. And I don't know why, probably just a malfunction in the sculpting of the figure. But yeah, if you want to fix it, literally just either push the leg up a little bit, or just press down like that. It might have actually hit the clip then, but that should solve your problem, and he can stand properly other than having to do some ridiculous pose, although I do like to pose my figures on the shelf. Anyway, let's move on to the detail. I shall start with the head. I will try and zoom in. This is a different camera, so hopefully it won't go too blurry. But yeah, the head is very, very nice. As you can see, it looks a lot like him. The likeness is very, very good on this figure. It looks spot on, and it's recognisable as Paul Mcgann from the movie. The wig is very nice, because this was not his hair. He had a number 2 cut when he came to film the movie. This is the wig he wore. It's a very dark colour, because on the film it actually looks a little bit lighter, but no, they've gone with a very dark brown with a bit of a wash over it here, so I don't mind it, because in some scenes it does look like it is dark, and other scenes it doesn't. So yeah, that's the face, and I've just noticed, unfortunately, on mine there is a little bit of a spot where the paint's come off. Oh well. But now the costume. Now, his costume is sort of inspired by the first Doctor in terms of the coat, like the 3 green buttons in the collar. It's all very reminiscent and it's very, very nice. Now, Paul Mcgann's Doctor actually does have two costumes, well, three if you count the comic book. This costume from the movie, the same costume but with his lighter brown hair and a blue coat. I think the waistcoat is gold. I haven't got the comic book to hand. And his Dark Eyes costume with the blue leather jacket, the white t-shirt, shorter hair, and the jeans and the shoes in his little bag, which I quite like. I'd like to see a figure of that at some point. So character options, please make that figure. It'd be very, very nice and unusual, and it'd be a good exclusive. But back to the details. The coat is very nicely sculpted. It's got all sorts of creases in it and everything, and it's in the... Now the colour is debated quite a lot about his coat. The coat is in a dark bottle green, and that is the colour it is meant to be. Like, I used to think it was some kind of brownish gold colour, like when some shots in the TARDIS it does look like it's a brownish gold. But also I thought it was black at one point as well, but no, it's the dark bottle green. And I have just recently watched the movie and I double checked it. It's dark bottle green. That's it. He's got the collar, which is very nice. It's got a section here that's slightly different tone, and it looks very, very nice. And the lapels are a little bit highlighted. The green buttons, as I mentioned earlier, are all very, very nicely sculpted onto the jacket. On the back, he's got the buttons on there, the buckle detail, which is very, very nice. And I don't know whether you can see here. There we go. You can see the cuffs have the little buttons on as they were in the movie, which is all very nice. His cravat is how it appears in the movie. I'll just move that back a little bit. You can see it's very, very nice. You can see the shirt underneath and the collar, which is all sculpted on. Yeah, it's got the little pin. The pin, I'm not sure whether it should be like a silvery colour. It's the same colour as the cravat, which isn't a problem at all. It still looks very nice. And the waistcoat has the pattern. The pattern is close to how it is in the movie. I can't really describe it. It kind of looks like the symbol from Heroes with black specks on it. And it's got if I just turn him slightly, if you look at the coat, he's got the buttons of the waistcoat on there. And it's all very nice. In other media, I've seen the waistcoat is actually a gold, as is the cravat. So I've even seen pictures, like the current promotional pictures, the cravat is actually a blue for some reason. I don't know whether it's meant to be, because if someone could tell me that, thank you very much. And he has his silver chain on his waistcoat, as it is in the movie, and it's all very, very nice. That sculpt actually carries on inside his on his waistcoat after the jacket blocks it off. And his trousers are in the grey trousers as seen in the movie. And there's not much detail. There's a couple of creases on it. It's very nice, but there's not too much detail. But then again, they were just grey trousers. And of course, the shoes that he is given by Grace. Grace's ex-boyfriend's shoes, and as he does quote, they do fit him perfectly. And that is pretty much it for this figure. Not as much to say as Colin in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, but still a very, very nice. Also comes with an accessory, like a lot of the Doctor figures. He is given his sonic screwdriver. It is a slightly different sculpt to the others, and it's been painted entirely in silver. I'll just try and... Yeah, it's painted entirely in silver. However, it is supposed to have, on the tip is supposed to be red. If you look at when Sylvester McCoy used it, it is red, even though it's slightly blurred because the silly beggar was holding it the wrong way. But it's still a very nice sonic screwdriver, and a lot of the Doctors from the 11 Doctor set come with. My closing thoughts. If you want this figure, definitely you'll either have to go out and buy the 11 Doctor set. I mean, you'll get 10 other figures with it, and this is a reason alone to buy it, because he has not been released in anything else as of yet. We're still waiting on the 8th Doctor with the Alpha Dalek from Children of the Revolution comic strip to come out. And even then it might be a completely different variant. So if you want this, either buy the 11 Doctor set or eBay. You can get them on eBay as well, fairly cheaply now, and they're very nice figures. I mean, like I said, the face sculpt, it looks like Paul Mcgann. It's all very nicely done. And if you do action figure adventures, like several people, like, I'll just mention Batman March again. His 8th Doctor series is very good. It's excellent, and he's got a 3rd season coming up. So if you're watching this, Batman March, good job. You're brilliant, and keep giving us the good stories. Anyway, I'll stop plugging other channels, but yeah, eBay or the 11 Doctor set for this figure. I mean, we don't know what variant is being released with Alpha Dalek. It could be his comic book version, it probably will be, although they could just go with this again. I was hoping it would be a Dark Eyes Paul Mcgann with a Dalek time controller, which is a very sort of different Dalek if you've seen the images. If not, look on the internet and look for a blue Dalek with an X sort of going across its head. But yeah, who knows what variants we'll get in the future. We'll may probably get his comic book version or the Dark Eyes. I mean, I prefer the Dark Eyes to his comic book version, but as many variants of the Doctor as possible. Please, character options. But yes, go and see the TV movie. I enjoy the TV movie. Paul Mcgann gives us a very good performance, brief as it is. And definitely listen to the audios. Neverland especially is brilliant, and give Dark Eyes a listen. Paul Mcgann plays a very different side to his Doctor there, a man bereft, as it says on the back. So, thank you for watching this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, because I've been wanting to review Paul Mcgann's Doctor for a while. And join me in my next review. What that will be at the moment, I am undecided. It will definitely be another Doctor. However, I have not yet decided which one I want to do. I am debating whether to go with Tom Baker. Well, one of the Tom Baker figures, because there's so many compared to like this and Colin, or I may actually bring my favourite forward a little bit early and do Sylvester McCoy from his first 2 seasons, which is a review I can't wait to do. So you'll just have to wait and see. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time when I review another Doctor Who figure, and I'll see you in my next episode.